So I made several amusement park visits over the past few months this semester at school that I unfortunately just didn't have time to actually edit and upload to my channel here just because of my school schedule and school workload. However, now that I'm stuck at home on COVID isolation at the moment, I have time to start editing through a lot of these. So this particular vlog was recorded back on August 28th. It was my first visit to Dollywood, it being my new home park away from home while I'm at school. So I was pretty excited to be there, even though I was there by myself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Dollywood vlog from back on August 28th, 2021. I just wanted to set the context that this was not recorded like a few days ago. This was August 28th. All right, so last week, exactly a week ago from today, I went to Dollywood's water park, Splash Country. Today I'm going to the theme park, which is just Dollywood. I don't know, I'm kind of sad because Splash Country closes next week and I won't be able to go next week. But since I went to Splash Country last week, I kind of want to go to Dollywood this week. I do have swim trunks and a towel in case I want to go to Splash Country in the middle of the day, but it's kind of hard to do because they don't even share a parking lot. You literally have to leave, come back in, get in the other parking lot. It's just a pain. I wish that they had done what a lot of other parks do and have the theme park and water park combined together, but that's just not how they built it, and there's really no way for them to do that now with the way the land's laid out. Anyways, that's a topic I can talk about in another video. I'm going to Dollywood. The park opened 5 minutes ago and I still am 45 minutes away, so I better get to moving. It's just breakfast options here did not open up until 9 or 9:30, which is really annoying on a Saturday. I'd rather get my food early and get out to wherever I'm going for the weekend, but yeah, it is what it is. All right, so I parked in C lot, which is the cotton candy lot. They give it lots of funny names here. So you can kind of judge about how crowded the park is going to be. We're looking at about average crowds today. I've never been in A lot before, but usually being up in B lot means it's going to be a bit lighter. But if you're down in D and E, then that's really not good. You're in for a really bad day. C lot is it could be crowded or it could not. It kind of just depends. So, but hoping it's about average crowd levels today because I don't want to wait in super long lines. It's also going to be stupid hot today. It's been stupid hot here in East Tennessee in general for the last week or two. So it's how maybe we're getting on some water rides today. We'll see, because it's going to get up to 93. And with the humidity here and the sun beating down, that can be pretty dang hot. Also, not sure exactly how much filming I'm going to do today because my phone's already at 80%, and I realized I didn't bring my charger, so oof. So may need to conserve battery life a little bit. Traditional bag checks are back in the dry park too, thank heavens. I finally did the photo ID processing on my season pass. I'm not even sure how important that was, considering I got into Dollywood parks 4 times this year without processing photos on the season pass, even though they said you have to do it after the first visit. They didn't seem to care. I did it 4 times and used it for discounts at countless food places, but it's done now. Unfortunately for us, Lightning Rod is temporarily closed at the moment. Luckily it is labeled temporarily closed in the app, not closed for the day, so hopefully it'll come back online later today, because I do want to get a ride today, but just walking over here anyway. Rest in peace, my friend. Rest in peace. Ooh, they're doing those test runs now. I see an employee on this train here. All right, it's open. Let's go take a ride. Single rider line, let's go. For those of you who didn't know, Lightning Rod has a single rider line. It's the same line as the Time Saver and wheelchair. Let's go straight here. Show you that real quick. So you gotta come alone. Oh, the main queue is empty today. Usually you have to wait all the way in the overflow up there. Hey, there's not many people in line, but it also just opened, so. Whew. I'm all the way up the stairs, bridge here over the main queue down there. And you come in here. And it's Time Saver on the right and single rider in the center. So this guy's got a Cedar Point shirt and a tripod. I wonder what his channel is. Single rider line is the way to do it. I just rode 5 times in 20 minutes. But that was awesome. I'm gonna get some lunch now. I have actually never been in Reds before, whatever it's called. So we're gonna go in here. Here's their menu. Looks like the same burgers that they had in Splash Country. So I'm gonna get one and find out. It's like exactly the same as the burger from Splash Country, but they had kind of an accessorize your burger station for the condiments instead of just handing you packages, so you can put as much of anything as you want. The fries just aren't as well seasoned as the Splash Country fries. They're still good though. Oh, but they have Coca-Cola freestyle machines here. That's a plus. Little outdoor eating area out here with some napkins. It's one of the nicer outdoor eating areas in the park. It's not as nice as the Wildwood Grove one, just because the Wildwood Grove one's brand new, but it's not hard to get out. At least they have napkins right on the table. You don't have to go get them. Look at all these ducks chilling around here, just waiting for people to drop their food. The condiment stations are actually pretty nice. I mean, they're clean. All the condiments look very fresh, and I guess they have an ice box under it or something, because they're all like very cold. The train's going by. Do y'all remember a few years ago when they were, when just on the radio and stuff, Coca-Cola company was pushing orange vanilla Coke really hard in their advertisements? Well, I've never tried it. Now that I have access to a Coca-Cola freestyle machine here at Red's, I figured I have nothing to lose. It's pretty much exactly what I expected. It's basically just like, imagine mixing Coke and Fanta together. That's basically all it is. I'm building some kind of new building here. Tell me what it is. Can't tell. It's a nice looking building, whatever it is. Yeah, I can't tell. Some context from the future. I don't know how I didn't notice in this video, but that is the Hickory House Barbecue building that they were refurbishing. I don't know why I didn't notice that, because I've literally eaten there before, but anyways. They already put the lights up for Halloween, I guess? They look like they're Christmas lights. Unless they're just reusing them year-round now. I don't know. Don't think this was here in July, though. But usually at Christmas time, these all like light up like icicles. It's kind of cool. Yeah, they're starting to set up their Harvest Festival decorations. That's what's going on, because here's a big spider web in front of Tennessee Tornado. Here's a pumpkin spider. I don't think Harvest Festival started yet. I'll look in a second. I thought they had not started yet. But they got the decorations out. Alright, I want to ride Wild Eagle. I have no idea why. I just kind of want to. So, we're going to go do that. New and not particularly improved Mystery Mine. Those of you who don't remember, it used to drop straight off the mid-course here and go up and around that horseshoe. They left the horseshoe thing there, just at the track. Now we have new drop that's not as steep. It's like they're doing a double dispatch today. Anyhow, yeah, the ride length is actually the same. It just, apparently they did it to remove a section that was rough. I don't think it's any smoother, so I'm not really sure what they accomplished. After fighting with my own brain for like 30 minutes, it was more like 15, I was just sitting here. Finally convinced myself to get in the drop line and to ride drop line, even though I kind of don't like, I've always had a fear of drop towers. That was actually fun. I think I am overcoming my fear of drop towers. So I think I might go again. It's not anywhere near as intense as the Beach Bend one, despite being twice as tall. I'm not sure why. I like how it spins you around. You get some great views. That's kind of why I'm going again. So that's just fun. I would definitely recommend, if you ride on like this side where these people are, like facing me, because the mountains, Smoky Mountains are over there. And so you actually get a great view of the Smoky Mountains from this side. If you're on the other side, then, you know, you see the other side. It does spin you, but when you stop spinning, you'll be facing the same direction as when you started. And so that's where you're kind of stopped and anticipating. It's more fun to anticipate seeing the mountains. There it goes. You can see it actually spins you. You get like a panoramic view. The drop's just not super intense. I'd say 0G at Beach Bend is probably still the most intense drop tower I've ridden. Not that I've ridden very many. Really just these two and Tower Repair. But this one's, I mean, it's good mostly for the views. The drop, people say it's not as intense because the brakes are so high. You can see those white pins are the brakes, and they start halfway up the tower. So you don't drop free fall for very long. Still fun though. And you can see you stop spinning like right at the top there, which is different than a lot of the other drop towers I've seen that spin, specifically the Intamin ones. They stop spinning you like halfway up. So when you get the most panoramic views, it's not spinning. You see, this spins you all the way to the top, and it just stops like right before it drops. I'm also convinced that the amount of time you spend stopped up there varies by ride cycle. Because we were up there significantly longer the second time than the first time. I thought we might have been stuck, but I think now it might just be the ride cycle varies how long you stopped. So yeah, there's no way to count on this ride. You can always count on Thunderhead for a short wait and an awesome ride. So hopefully the same thing is true today. I'm sorry, I just have to point this out. Why is there a grill under here? Do they have employees only barbecues under Thunderhead? Like, what? I'm sure there's a legit reason, but like, I just saw that from the lift and I thought that was funny. Our Thunderhead ride, not as good as usual, I have to say. I think it's because they're still running 2 trains and dispatching regularly, even though there's like nobody in line, which means each train literally has like 3 people on it. Like on my train, I was in back row and there were 2 people in front row, and that was the whole train. So I guess the same thing we were noticing with Kentucky Rumbler. H-Bend seems to be a GCI thing. They just don't run as well when the trains are not fully loaded. So it's unfortunate. Hopefully the crowds will pick up later and I can get a full train.
A rusted out, dilapidated, authentic reproduction of a bygone era. He had stumbled on the long-lost Thistle Mine. Well, ornery old Jack weren't so ornery anymore and thought the mine would make him rich. Re-entering the mine to get his boots, Grandpa whistled yet again. And well, sir, that was the last time anybody seen or heard from him. Kinda spooky, I know. They say that mine has a life of its own. Now, y'all probably seen Big Jake around these parts. He's Jack's great-great-grandson, and mighty proud of his ancestry. Yep, Grandpa Jack was a legend in these parts. A legend in his own right. Guess it's time for old Buzz to take a pause for the car.
That animatronic buzzer, it just rambles and rambles and rambles, then goes to sleep for 5 minutes and rambles some more. It's funny. It looks like surprisingly quiet here for a Saturday. I haven't waited in a single line today, not even for food. Lightning Rod did have a line, like a 20 or 30 minute line, but that's just because it's Lightning Rod, and I got in the single rider line, so I didn't have to wait. So yeah, no line today. Splash Pod's turned on today. It's weird, last time I was here it was turned off. It's hard to see the sign because of the reflection on the camera, but really the longest line in the park's Lightning Rod, about 25 minutes. Pretty much everything else is walk on. Just realized I've never been inside Hidden Hollow, which is like their, it's an indoor kid play area, but best of all, it's a big air-conditioned room, so here we go. I gotta find a place to charge my watch real quick, but as you can see, none of the outlets in here actually work. I've tried multiple, they're all turned off. Look, they even have like USB plugs here, acting like you're gonna be able to charge. And yeah, no, they don't do anything. They'll shut off. So basically what you got in here is a very upscale and much more cleanly, you know, fast food chain kind of place. Also some like electronic interactive elements that are cool. And then on the ceiling you have these like firefly jars, and there's some cool projections on the wall with the lighting. And plenty of space to just come in and sit and relax if you're just looking for somewhere air conditioned to cool off on a hot day like I am today. Plenty of space in here for that. I'd seen this online before. This is trippy. It's made to look like an infinite hole. Obviously it's not, but I don't know how deep it actually is. It sure does look convincing. So that was Hidden Hollow. I needed the air conditioned cool off there, so that was perfect. Now the safety label on the play equipment said it was recommended for children under 12 only, but it just said recommended, and under that it said children over the age of 12 and adults should use extreme caution when using the equipment or something like that. So I interpret that as I'm allowed to use the equipment. So see you later if I get bored under the Davis season. I'm gonna come back and play on the playset in there because I like acting like a kid sometimes. That overbank on Dragonflyer, it's very, very banked. Some people count that as an inversion, and I can see why. I'm continually impressed by Mystery Mine's theming job. It looks better every time I see it. It's unfortunate Wild Eagle's right there in the background because it kind of ruins the look a little bit, but I wish they'd bring the bridge back. There used to be a nice overlay on that brake run to make it look like an old rickety bridge. That no longer exists. I took that off last year. Apparently there were some structural issues with it, but hopefully they can get those resolved and replaced. The Wilderness Pass Plaza, you can see all the foliage they planted, has really grown out. I can't decide if they should trim it or if I like it just with that look. I don't know, I might kind of like it with that look. Anyways, let's find somewhere to charge. Over under the cover here, there are some outlets. Not really near chairs, but look, they have these fuel rod. I've seen these in airports. They're like train them out portable battery things. It's funny. All of the outlets actually in the little cover here, they're all just USB plugs. That's gonna be outdated pretty quickly here, but it'll do for now because I have a USB plug. Got this when I came in because even though I got a Mac last time, these are actually, where's the thing? Yeah, this week. These are actually weekly maps now, so they contain like featured food options that change out every week. So hard to navigate the whole entire freaking show schedule in addition to the map. So that's good in an era that a lot of theme parks are moving away from physical maps. I mean, I appreciate digital maps. They're more useful overall, but just for keepsake collectibles, I like having physical maps. And this is cool because you can keep this and you know exactly what was going on this week. So I looked up when Harvest Festival starts on September 24th. So it's still an entire month away, but they're already getting the decorations out. I guess it takes a while to get everything set up. All right, on the move again. After about 15 minutes of charging my watch. Apple Watches charge really fast. I get up to like 30, from like 10 to 30% in like 15 minutes. Those things are usually charged in an hour and a half. We have to talk about Wild Eagle earlier. It's actually running like really well today. Like I was in front row, which is usually not intense at all. And it was very, very intense. I'm not sure why. So I didn't dare go back row because I'm not in the best shape for graining out and stuff right now. But yeah, I was surprised. Wild Eagle is definitely not running as Mild Eagle today. It's intense Eagle. It varies from day to day. But today's an intense Eagle day. So where am I going? I am actually going over to the Village, which is the area where the train is, to Heartsong Theater, because I went to watch Heartsong, which is, it's kind of a 4D movie type thing they have. I haven't watched it before. No one ever talks about it, so I don't know how long it's gonna last. So might as well go check it out while I'm here. Next showing is at 3:30. It's about 3:17. Hopefully I can get over there in time. In the theater, look, there's a waterfall and some fog. Wow. Cool. Heartsong was cool, is the best way to put it. It's just kind of a movie that plays on screen and then some special effects that go on around you. I didn't think the movie was particularly impressive or intriguing, but the special effects were really cool. That's what made that for me, so. There's like an ATV in here, what the heck? Anyways, we'll cut through Silver Dollar Mine. Ooh, don't miss Barnstormer. I did miss until last time I was here. It's the first time I rode it. It's weird because there's like nothing up here except Barnstormer and like old kiddie playground. Anyways, I'm gonna go ride Barnstormer again. Because why not? Apparently it has no weight. So they're only running one side like last time. But look at this. Completely covered the other side up. I don't know if it's closed for the season or what. It might just be protecting it from the weather, but it's also possible it was having technical issues and they couldn't get parts. I don't know. When I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen both sides operate at the same time. And it's always the blue side that operates, so they may have just unofficially decommissioned the yellow side. I don't know. Some more context from the future. I was there on a very, very, very busy day in early December when they were running both sides. So yellow side does run. And then I was there, like, I think it was 2 days later, very shortly later. And on that day, the yellow side was covered up with those covers again. So they just put the covers on it when it's not in use to protect it from the elements. So forgot that mountain slide winder. That's what used to be up here with Barnstormer. Right here, the permanently closed gates that led up to what was once Mountain Slide Winder and now is not Mountain Slide Winder. I'm sad because I never got to ride Slide Winder. I mean, I guess I had the chance, I just didn't. Now I wish I did. Because the queue went all the way up there and you could get really good views of Wild Eagle. It's like the closest you could get to Wild Eagle. But they have not actually taken Slidewinder out yet. From where I was sitting on Barnstormer, when I swung up on one side, I could actually see the Slides 4 mountain Slidewinder, and it's still there. I think it'll never be able to operate again, even if they wanted to, because the troughs are all full of dirt and rotting out. There's really like a few, I'm not joking, there were a few trees growing out of the troughs. So it'll never operate again, but they haven't removed it yet, which is weird. Oh, there's a splash pad over here. I didn't even notice. Looks like it's seen better days. It's like really struggling, but Barnstormer is fantastic though. I love it. It's definitely, most people hear Barnstormer, they're thinking of Magic Kingdom Barnstormer. This is a thrill ride. This is not that. It's very fun. Imagine like a pirate ship on like super steroids. It's great. It's been a while since I've ridden Daredevil Falls, which is their log flume. Very excellent log flume. Probably my second favorite log flume. So I'm gonna go ride now. It's a bit of a hot day. It's starting to cool off, so I guess I'm picking a bad time to ride, but I'm gonna do it. Just the theming on this flume. Just gonna splash up on here. There we go. Check that out. There's the drop. Unfortunate thing about Daredevil Falls is it's like one of only 2 rides in Dollywood that doesn't have a loose article bin on the platform. So you have to pay like $5 for a one-time use locker, which is kind of absurd. Or you just take it on the ride with you, which is what I had to do. And you know, just take anything that's like not waterproof and kind of put it in the middle of like a towel or something, and you should be fine, because it's not that, like, you don't get all that wet. It's not a super drenching log flume, but it's fun. It's got a good drop. Unfortunately, during all the flume section before the drop, you're kind of just bouncing back and forth a lot. It's not super well. The flume's a little bit too wide, but great drop. And just because of the theming, it's probably my second favorite log flume. I just wish they would have loose article bins on the platform. I see no reason why they can't do that. But Smoky Mountain River Rampage, the other water ride, doesn't have loose article bins either. That's the other one where they want you to buy a locker, which is kind of absurd. But these restrooms here in Rivertown here were recently redone, because they looked like brand new tile, brand new automatic toilets, everything in there looked brand new. So one little snack. I think I'm gonna make it a sweet treat, but I don't want to break the bank, so I'll see what I can find. Just went to Country Cookers there on Show Street and got a bag of kettle corn. This is like $5, so that wasn't really all that terrible. There are some pretty terrible food deals here, but this is, it's hard to tell in the video. It's a decently sized bag. So now I'm here, the great view of Lightning Rod on this beautiful pond. That was a lot of kettle corn. I don't even think I finished half of it. The rest of it's just in my bag for later. I don't think I'm going to eat dinner here, just to save money a little bit, especially since I just got a snack, so I guess my snack will tide me over for dinner now. Time to see how Lightning Rod's running after running all day in the heat. It should be super warmed up. We'll see how it is. Yeah, it's running much faster than it was this morning. Great, excellent. It's hot. I need some air conditioning. I've never been in Chasing Rainbows, which is like the Dolly Parton Museum. So, check it out.
Just like that old song, these are my precious memories.
One of those universal
Memories
hologram things.
of a little girl that dared to dream big. Memories of a family who lived doing it. I hit myself in the nose just as hard as I could. Cool. Sometimes I came close. I got to where I could smell blood, but
Oh, I didn't know Dolly Parton did marching band. That's cool. And whoa. This really opens up in here. Sheesh. Just keeps going. It's like this used to be a screen. It's not working right now. Everything else is working now. For all you coaster nerds, there's Thunder Express. The original coaster in Dollywood. Not just on the Ferris wheel, a country fair, but it's not there anymore. I rode that once before they removed it, and it's kind of sketch. There's Red's Drive-In. That place is old. It's been here since the park opened. And there's the welcome. But yeah, Thunder Express you saw a second ago. That's used to sit on the plot that Tennessee Tornado is on now. It was an old mine train. It only lasted 5 or 10 years maybe. And then it was taken out and replaced with Tennessee Tornado. We'll see. You can come back in a second. Oh, they let her excavate? Old Dollywood sign too. It's cool stuff. Yeah, there's Thunder Express again. This little movie's not working either. Unfortunate. Here's after the wildfires. Here's a real nice wall of Dollywood history for all you coaster enthusiasts out there. There is an original 1986 opening day park map. It's neat. Here's some instruction photos. Some nice pictures of Smoky Mountain River. Right page. Here's Mountain Slidewinder. Rest in peace. Like I said, the structure is still there. There's a tree growing through it. Thunder Express. I think Dollywood really needs a mine train, but they had one at one point. That was replaced by Tennessee Tornado and some other stuff. Heart Song apparently debuted in 1994, which explains why the video on screen seemed pretty old. But the special effects are pretty impressive, and especially they all seem to still be working for how old that is. There's the Wonder Wheel. That was a fun, kind of sketchy but fun Ferris wheel. Sad they took that out. But anyway, it was just a maintenance headache, kind of like Mountain Slidewinder. That's other stuff in here. River Battle, that's gone as well now, unfortunately. And here's a newer park map. Cut out. So whatever summer Skyzip was new, but you can see no Wild Eagle, no Fire Chaser, no Lightning Rod. It does have Timber Tower. Timber Tower was a really weird flat ride that used to sit on this spot that drop lines at now. Yeah, it's a decently old park map here. And there's now the Slidewinder Dreamland Forest, which is kind of a play structure that existed prior to Barnstormer taking over that spot. Lots of fun stuff around here. Wish they had some other park maps. Those are the only two that they have. Anyhow, there's one of like an opening day parade and Adventures in Imagination. I've lost it now. Oh, here it is. That's the area this is in, which kind of just blends into Jukebox Junction. I personally think they should just combine those two, because Chasing Rainbows, this museum, is kind of the only thing in Adventures in Imagination. The Jukebox Junction is kind of small. They share similar. It's like, anyways, kind of pan around. You can see exactly what you wish. Yeah, it's cool. I nerd out about some of those pictures, especially Thunder Express, since people seem to forget that ride ever existed. Well, and apparently Dolly has ridden Thunderhead on its opening day. First public ride. Fun. She doesn't ride the new rides anymore, obviously, but there's a kind of older, more classical Dollywood video. So, it's cool. It's kind of a more classic video. See, I've seen several attractions in here that aren't at the park anymore, which is always kind of funny. You know what's funny? Somehow this video is coming out clearer and nicer looking on the camera than it is on the actual screen. I don't know how that's possible, but it's singing about celebrating the dreamer. I don't even know if that theater is still there in the form that it is in this video. Don't think it is. There's a Splash Country. There's that Ferris wheel I was talking about. They used to have a ropes course in the back hill. Oh, look at this pass. That's gone. So Splash Pad's gone. I've never ridden one of those, so. Yeah, it's just kind of cool. It was a different vibe to the park back then. The park was so small when it opened. Country Fair used to be called Fun Country. There's Country Fair, there's Rivertown, and the park entrance was right there. So like now, like Jukebox Junction, Lightning Rod, where we are right now, Show Street, all would be over here. So they actually had to push back the entrance of the parking lot to expand that way, which is intriguing. And then of course just Crosswinds Valley, there was not Wilderness Pass, Timber Canyon or anything. It did not form a loop. Yeah. They accept credit cards too. Oh my gosh, we're running into a freaking cave. How big is this place? Wow. You exit by this backstage area, which is kind of weird. Yeah, look at how big the museum is. This is our tour bus. I think it's authentic. They used to do tours inside of it. I think they stopped doing that recently. Okay, never mind. I like the letting people in the tour bus, but it just closed because they close a little bit early, so everyone gets through by 6. The park doesn't close till 7, but for some reason, Chasing Rainbows, the museum, and the tour bus close an hour before the actual park closes. So that's all done. I'll look in the tour bus another day. The museum was cool. It doesn't look, it's much bigger inside than it looks on the outside. It just keeps going and going, and it's really cool. The beginning has some really nice, not scale models, but, just kind of shows you how Dolly grew up, and then kind of tells her story. I guess you'd expect that. There's a lot of tributes to her family members that passed away as well. And there's my favorite, just because of my interest, was the section about Dollywood and kind of the older classic Dollywood stuff. And the Imagination Library and all that stuff. But it's all very well done, very well put together, very nice. So I definitely recommend, if you're going to Dollywood at all, go ahead and stop by that if you have time. I know obviously most of this channel's audience will probably be going to the rides first, but once you get all your coaster credits, go stop in there for 30 minutes or so. It's a nice walkthrough. Rest in peace, Southern Gospel Hall of Fame. It used to be like a Southern Gospel museum. I never went in there. I kind of wish I did now. They closed it 2 or 3 years ago, and they've yet to actually use the building for anything. They might use it for storage or something, I don't know. It's not used for anything publicly, but it's a big building right at the entrance to the park. I would think they would want to use that for something, but haven't taken around a Mystery Mine today. Might as well do that. Let's walk on. Poor Mystery Mine's operations were so slow. I don't know why we sat on the brake on longer than we were on the ride. Also, I think they changed down. They're dispatching one train at a time again, so that didn't help. But I would go again at Mystery Mine, but it's just the operations are slow and the line's getting longer, so yeah. It'd be a pretty dang good Sunday to be charging $8.99. Ice cream does sound good, or like a float, but I already have Taylor points in. The water jets are so high today. My foot hit one of them. I don't know which one. It's just my foot hit one of them and now it's wet. They don't look that close from here, but they were. So I saw some supposedly leaked blueprints online recently suggesting Dollywood's next coaster was going to be a quadruple launching family coaster, presumably from Intamin or some other company, that would have a station and queue building right behind this fence. And those blueprints would have the station and queue there and the coaster wrapping all the way around up to the very top of that hill and back. Which, even for a family launch coaster, sounds really sick. And I think it was going to be like the longest coaster in the park in terms of track length or something. Sheesh, that is loud. Anyways, it was supposed to be like the longest coaster in the park in terms of track length or something. But, of course, there could be fake leaks. How accurate or believable are these faked blueprints? I don't know. Considering that the entire Wildwood Grove section blueprints got leaked out like 5 months before the announcement and were 100% spot on down to every last detail, I would not be surprised, but at the same time, it's a leak, so you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. If you think about it, though, it actually does make sense, because we knew the whole time there was going to be a phase 2 of the Wildwood Grove area, and Pete Owens, who's the vice president of marketing or something like that for the park, has hinted many times at that being some kind of large-scale roller coaster. And then we also know for sure that Dollywood's next attraction is going to be their largest family attraction yet. They said that at an American Coast Enthusiast event. And based on Dollywood's latest investment plan, they're going to be investing a heck of a lot in the park. So a massive multi-launch family coaster. All the stars seem to be lining up. All the stars aligning, the dots, it all fits together. It seems to make sense to me. We'll see what actually ends up happening. While I can't confirm coaster leaks, I can confirm that Dragonflyer was running really fast today. It pulled a lot of force. It was decently intense. I was very surprised, actually. It's even more intense than it usually is. So, yeah, Dragonflyer, every time I ride it, it just seems to get better. So, it's any coaster people out there. It's not a kiddie coaster. I know everyone says that, but it can actually be considered a thrill coaster, I think. Alright, now I'm going to enjoy finishing up the day on Lightning Rod. Dang, they just closed the doors before I could get on for last ride of the night. Did not get last ride of the night, but I got assigned the front row, which is lucky. It's the only coaster here they were assigning rows today, and they were not taking requests even if you asked. They were just like, yeah, no, go to 6. But I got assigned front row by luck there, and I think front row is the best row on Lightning Round. For some reason, you just feel the airtime more in the front. I'm not sure what it is, because I don't get that on any other coaster. The park is closed. It's time to head on out. Anyways, I had a hot, but albeit a great day at Dollywood today, and hopefully I'll be back a lot more with some more videos. So, and probably visiting some other parks around kind of the general area, or mountain coasters right here in the general area. Stuff like Carowinds, Six Flags Over Georgia that I can get to relatively easily. That'll all kind of depend on the finances. But I'll make what I can make happen, and I'll make videos of it because it's fun.